A lot of people have been asking me which place is better, Vietnam or Malaysia? And frankly, it's not an easy answer. One of them is calm, collected, relaxed. The other one is absolute chaos, but very addictive. By the end of this video, we'll hopefully know which one is suitable for you. Okay, first impressions. Malaysia feels like Asia on easy mode. English is widely spoken. The infrastructure, I think you'd be surprised, is really developed. And the cities are incredibly modern. The KL skyline might be now the most iconic in the world. Vietnam, on the other hand, feels like someone took Asia and plugged it into a car battery. It's loud, it's chaotic. You have scooters coming out from all angles that you didn't even know. But somehow it works. In Malaysia, you stop, you push the button on the side of the road and you wait for the green light to go. In Vietnam, you just put your hand up and try and part the motorbikes like Moses parting the Red Sea and pray to God that you don't get killed. Okay, the people. Malaysia, if you don't know, is a totally multicultural society. You have three distinct groups of people that all create this fusion. You have the Malay, Chinese, Indian groups, and everyone mixes together, everyone mingles, plus you have expats from all different countries. It's really fascinating, and of course the food is a fusion of all those groups. The people in Malaysia are incredibly laid back, polite. As I said, everyone pretty much speaks very good English, so it's easy to get going, it's easy to mingle. Vietnam, I would say, is a little bit different. At first, the Vietnamese people are more reserved, even stoic. Stoic. When you leave Saigon, English is not widely spoken here, and it's more polite to just stay quiet. So in other countries, I found even if you don't speak the same language, both parties try and communicate. But in Vietnam, it's more likely that the conversation will just shut off if you can't understand each other. But the thing is, if you learn a bit of Vietnamese, if you show up consistently and get to know them, then they really open up to you and you find they're extremely kind people. Very welcoming, and I feel very safe here. I feel very at ease, even with the chaos of the traffic. Even though it feels distant at the start, then when you get to know them, they'll be bringing you fruit and beer, and yeah, it makes a very pleasant experience. In Malaysia, it's more like what we're used to. People will be polite to you, and if you go to a hotel, you will be greeted. In Vietnam, it takes a little bit more time to get to know people. That's just my experience. Saving face is huge in Vietnam, so maybe you try and talk to someone and they'll just run away because they don't want to cause embarrassment. That's normal here in Vietnam. It's just something we're not used to. Okay, the food. What kind of video would it be without talking about food? Two absolute powerhouses of food, both probably underrated. Vietnamese a little more so, but Malaysia, you pretty much have, dare I say it, the best food diversity in the world. You can have nasi lemak for breakfast, roti canai for lunch, and Chinese hot pot for dinner. Vietnamese food is a bit simpler. It, how do I say it, focuses on the basics a lot more. Some people have said it's bland. I don't agree with that necessarily. I think it just focuses more on the soup, the noodle soups. The pho is a big deal. I love the frog. I've said this many times. The frog in the ginger sauce with the baguette, with the banh mi. That's my favorite. Funnily enough, if you go to Malaysia, you'll put on weight very, very quickly. If you go to Vietnam, you'll probably lose weight. The food is a bit healthier, I would say. And as well, in Malaysia, it's so diverse, it's hard not to just keep picking at all the food and the street food. So Malaysia, if you want that six-pack, you might have to leave it off. Okay, the cost of living. People ask me, what's the difference in cost? And truth be told, there's not a whole pile of difference in most places now at the moment. Obviously, things are getting more expensive all over the world. I would say, if I had to put money on it, Malaysia is slightly more expensive, but really it's up to you. In both places, you can live a very nice life for, the figure now I'm coming up with is 1,200. Between 1,200 and 1,005, you're living very, very well. Anything less than that, anything less than 1,000, it's doable but not realistic for most people. Vietnam is cheaper, but you're going to pay more because you're going to buy that extra coffee, you're going to buy extra food. So it's up to you how frugal you want to be. And then if you want the good imported cheese, the gorgonzola, etc., whatever you like, that's going to be more. That's actually surprisingly more. Same in Cambodia, same in Malaysia. Anything you bring in from the outside is actually more expensive than what you're used to at home. But yeah, I digress. The price to quality ratio is what I care about. And the quality of the infrastructure in Malaysia is that bit better. Malaysia is just that bit more developed. Malaysia is one of the most, it is, bar Singapore, the most developed country in the region. Vietnam's getting there, but it's just not there yet. So that's what I'd say. You're going to spend the same in both countries, but the quality in Malaysia is slightly that bit better. Okay, the lifestyle and the atmosphere. This is where it gets interesting because this will depend on your personality. First off, Malaysia is way more relaxed and laid back. Laid back and Vietnam don't really go in the same sentence. Vietnam is hectic. Sure, you can find pockets of peace and quiet, but in general, it's hard to escape the noise. That's what's exciting about it. Vietnam is booming now, construction is booming, there's an energy. I would say the pace of development in Vietnam, it's one of the fastest growing countries in the world. Everywhere you look, new towers, new cafes popping up. So if you want to be in the place to be right now, where it's booming right now, Vietnam is the most talked about, most trending place at the moment. Malaysia is that bit more developed, that bit more sophisticated, I would say. It's not as crazy, it's more relaxed. If you're a hustle and bustle character, a city slicker, you'll like the energy in Vietnam. If you're more relaxed, laid back, Malaysia is more suitable for you. Malaysia is like a blueberry yogurt. Vietnam is like a can of Red Bull with a shot of Jägermeister. What do they call that? Jaeger bomb. A Jaeger bomb. That's Vietnam. Okay, we're getting there, guys. Malaysia's infrastructure, as I said, is really up there. Better than Europe in some cases. The roads are better, even though people don't want to believe me. Trust me, go to Ireland and you'll see the roads in Malaysia are just that step ahead. Vietnam is definitely catching up and definitely developing, but it's not there yet. You'll still see things like the telephone wires hanging down, all bunched up. Eventually, look, I see them already. They're putting them underground. Same as Thailand, actually. That's the next step. But you'll still see rough around the edges, things like that. There's a lot of construction, so the paths really aren't walkable. You'll be walking on the road, but it's getting there. Malaysia is just a step ahead. Okay, for long-term life, I would say ease of settling in, integration. If you want stability and comfort, Malaysia is the obvious choice. If you want excitement and definitely business opportunities, and you don't mind a bit of chaos and being hit by a motorbike every now and then, Vietnam is the place for you. So which is better? It's up to you. It's your personality. For me, as I said, Malaysia is easier to integrate. If you love Vietnam and there's something about Vietnam that you can't shake and no other country will do, only Vietnam, then it's the place for you. But I would definitely say you'll need to learn the language pretty well. You know me, guys. I love Asia. I want the best for every country. If you asked me outright which one is more suitable for me at the moment, I'm leaning to Malaysia. So yeah, it's as simple as that. If you want chaos, booming economy, Vietnam. If you want stability, slower pace of life, Malaysia. Easy as that. If you're a confused beginner and you want to know more about every place in Asia, you want to know basically everything that I know, check out the Move to Asia Blueprint in the box below. And also you can check out the ebook, the Ultimate Asia Survival Guide ebook. I put everything in there, guys, that you need to know. All my terrible mistakes. Yeah, that's it. Check out the free Move to Asia cheat sheet. Quick overview of all the countries, and like and subscribe. Do whatever you need to do. I need all the help I can get. Alright, I'll see you in the next one.